Sorry about that. For some reason it muted. They are finally going to have a press conference in relation to the mass casualty event at a Sweet 16 birthday party. So we are going to listen in, and we'll have a short discussion afterwards. All right, so welcome to everyone joining me.
At 5 and 10.
I'm not sure what happened to their feed. Just give me one moment. All right, there we go. I had to get my phone open so I can see chat a little bit easier. So good morning, Crazy Nurse and Jeffrey. Thank you for being here. So for those of you who may not know, there was a mass casualty event in Dadeville, Alabama. It occurred at a dance studio where a Sweet 16 birthday party was being held. It has been confirmed that there are 4 victims. However, they also had stated that more than 20 were injured. So I'm hoping that we get more information once this press conference begins. So I am going to actually remove this so you're not just looking at a black screen, and I'll wait to see when they actually do go live. They were, and now they're like not there. I don't know what's happening. Yes, super heartbreaking. And there is a photo circulating social media of the aftermath, which I wish I hadn't have seen, but I was scrolling through Twitter feed, and it was just there. Why people post these types of things is beyond me. It's disrespectful. It is just wrong. Okay, so this is saying maybe they just shut the feed again because they're waiting. Oh, here we go. Okay, so let me put this back in, and we will listen in to
Sergeant Jeremy Burkett with Alabama Law Enforcement Agency.
News, officials in Tallapoosa County holding a press conference about the deadly mass shooting overnight that killed 4 people and injured more. We have officials talking right now.
Tallapoosa County. I'm going to begin our run of show in the conference by asking Dadeville Chief of Police, Mr. Jonathan Floyd, to please come up and share.
Please let me know if the sound is okay. I'm hoping I did this correctly.
Good morning. Maybe a little tough.
Oh, no.
My name is Jonathan Floyd, and I have the privilege of being the police chief for the city of Dadeville. One thing I want you to know about the city of Dadeville. The city of Dadeville is a tight-knit community full of wonderful people. I ask you to please keep our community in your prayers. I ask you to keep my police department in your prayers. And I also ask each of you, please do not let this moment define what you think about the city of Dadeville and our fine people. What we've dealt with is something that no community should have to endure. I just ask for your patience. It's going to be a long process. Do earnestly solicit your prayers. Thank you.
Now we're going to have the Tallapoosa County Superintendent, Mr. Raymond Porter. He's going to come share as well.
Again, my name is Raymond Porter. I'm Superintendent of Tallapoosa County Schools. I want to echo those words the Chief just said. This does not represent our community. It does not represent our children. And it does not represent who we are. But I also want to offer a word of encouragement to our parents. We will have counseling provided for students at the schools tomorrow. We will make every effort to comfort those children, and don't lose sight of the fact that those are the ones most impacted by this situation. We also ask local clergy to reach out to those families and help them through this difficult situation. I'd be remiss if I did not thank law enforcement for coming in and handling this situation so professionally. Thank you.
Before I go any further, I would like to share on behalf of Secretary Hal Taylor and everyone at the Alabama Law Enforcement Agency, State Bureau of Investigation, and everyone with our organization, our deepest sympathies and condolences to the families that are enduring this tragedy right now. But I cannot agree with what the Chief said anymore. This is a fine city, a fine county, and absolutely an amazing state. And we are not going to allow one tragedy to define us. This incident occurred at approximately 10:34 p.m. near the 200 block of Broadneck Street here in Dadeville in Tallapoosa County. All right. There were 4 lives, not fatalities, lives. There were 4 lives tragically lost in this incident. And there's been a multitude of injuries. As they said, this is going to be a long, complicated process. We're thankful to the sheriff, to the chief, to everyone, to the district attorney for all of their support. But we're going to continue to work through in a very methodical way to go through this scene, to look at the facts, and ensure that justice is brought to bear for the families. We will do that, and we can also confirm that it was tied to a birthday party. We were able to confirm that it was tied to a birthday celebration. We can't share anything further at this time with regards to that, as it is an ongoing investigation. If we have any additional information to share, we will pass it along. If you have media inquiries, please send that to media.relations@alea.gov. That's media.relations@alea.gov. Also, if you have tips, and we're going to send this out, I'm going to send this out as soon as I'm done. If you have tips, please call 1-800-392-8011. 1-800-392-8011. That's the Alabama State Law Enforcement Agency Crime Tip Line. You can also email at sbi.investigations@alea.gov. That's sbi.investigations@alea.gov. Again, our thoughts and prayers are with the family. We will not be taking any questions. I will be back in approximately 2 hours with an update. This concludes the press conference. Thank you.
So there we have it. They, it sounds like they have called in the FBI, which would make sense to me considering Dadeville is a very small town, similar to one that I grew up in, with about 3,000 residents. And I can't imagine what type of feelings are going through that community at this point. Like, to, we prepare for that CNN moment and never think that it will happen to us. So I'll just hang out for a little bit if we want to just chat. I can actually look at chat and answer your questions at the same time, or, just have a discussion. So I usually do cover my my bestie Betty. However, after listening to Tragedy Pimps Exposed last night and her very well put together video, and having Mystery Maven and Duty Ron comment and give their perspectives, I am just disgusted with her defiance. So I am not going to give her the satisfaction of knowing that I'm watching her. Thankfully, I do go back to work tomorrow. So I won't have to worry about her shenanigans until, later in the day. However, I will say, if any charges are brought or if she's arrested, you can bet I will be here to see that happen. So yeah, I'm hoping. So I did look, as I said, there is a photo that someone posted to, I believe, Snapchat. Just based on what I know, it could have, I don't think it was TikTok, because TikTok is usually a video. This was a still photo. So Facebook or Snapchat, I would assume Snapchat, that showed the carnage, which I actually did report it because I don't know why anyone would show that. I really wish I hadn't seen it, and I wish Twitter had put like the sensitive media thing up so that I would know, but unfortunately they didn't. So oh, something's going on with my chat. Give me 1 second. Oh, there we go. It wasn't moving. Hey, Felony Melanie 420. I've seen you in the other chat rooms. Checking convictions. Nice. Hopefully he called you out for a good thing and not a bad thing. You will see, I did post a video. I know I'm not covering Miss Betty. However, I was trying to clean out my phone because, like I said, I didn't give her any more attention. So I don't really need the screen recordings that I have. But I did find one where she called me out, and I thought that it was funny. And I also posted a kitten video that I found with screen recording. So I figured, why not? I'll just, show a video of kittens playing and being like crazy instead of my usual. I agree. Let's see. Let me scroll up quickly. Peppermint Smocha, good to see you. I've seen you in the other chat rooms. All right, and just for future, we use the C virus. For some reason, YouTube doesn't like the actual word. Just as a heads up. Yeah, my chat is being weird. Let me go to my phone. Take her down like a clown. And it's in a way it's sad she's being so ornery, because I had so many like fun ideas to put together for videos, and I mean I still have them as ideas if she, you know, slows her roll. But until then, I'm going to be looking more into the Florida case to see if any other updates have been there. And the other, I had posted a video days ago on the 4 unsolved unalivings in Marion County. It was just by happenstance that I came upon that article, and I was like, wow, 4 in 1 year, and 2 of them being 16-year-olds. So I'm looking more into that. And then, you know, anything that comes up like this, I will also cover. I am working on, I had mentioned yesterday about, because of Miss Betty's ignorant comments regarding children and animals, I had mentioned a young girl who, in my opinion, and just my opinion, was truly evil. And the fascinating thing about that is that she knew that she wasn't able to control those urges. She was able to recognize them. I believe she was, I'm not even going to say it because I don't want to misspeak. So I am going to be working on that. So that'll be coming as well. And if there's anything that, you know, you can always email me. My email is in my about section. Or if you see me, I'm always in the lives at night. I usually just listen. I don't always write in the chat unless I hear something I want to respond to. But I will be in other chats. So let me, Riverview. Where is Riverview? I can't remember where. I feel like you told me where you were from. The one thing I was going to that was annoying me last night was JLR. And like, I will say the thing is that the news crew that was there told him to GTFO of their shot, and he was skulking around. And then he was like, once they took the crime scene tape down, he was like a piranha, like just waiting to attack. And like going, I don't know, like I didn't watch it because I knew where he was going. And like, to show where someone lost their life, or possibly, I pray that they were unalived before that happening. For those of you who don't know, there was in Florida, I don't know the exact town, what was initially thought to be a mannequin on fire was actually a human. And so there's an investigation going on down there, and JLR decided to go live and just videotape detectives and crime scene technicians doing their job. And as soon as they started bringing the crime scene tape down, he, you know, I will give him credit. He did ask one of the law enforcement officers if the scene was clear. However, I just feel like it's really disrespectful to videotape where someone, you know, where their demise was. Hey, Texas Tiffany. I don't know if I said hi. I see 24 of us in here. Let me just go through. Sorry, I got talking. That's funny. Made you blush. That's like me with B Tim. Oh my gosh. Like, I don't even, it's so weird. Like, I don't even know. Oh, yeah. And I actually did comment on JLR's community post because he had put apparently he tried to reach out to Gotcha Crazy Nurse Tampa. So interestingly enough, on a side note, my parents had a house in Fort Myers and they just recently sold it. So we don't have our nice vacation home anymore, but Tampa, I've driven through there quite a few times. So anyways, getting back to JLR, he posted on his community tab that the family of the missing girl, and it's Sarah. I know her first name is Sarah, and I know her last name, I believe, starts with an R. He must have reached out to her family or attempted to bother them because they had to put out a statement pretty much saying leave us alone. And so I did comment on his community post, just leave them alone, because these people are worried sick. They, just leave people alone. Go find something else to do. And my first thought actually when I saw this story was, I hope they don't go to Alabama now. Because most likely they might. Yeah. And that, I will say, JLR had 1,500 people watching him last night. And granted, I was one of them for a few minutes, but then I was like, I can't deal with him skulking around. So I left. Let me just make sure I didn't skip anybody. Yes, what we call gape or delay, like a car accident. Everybody wants to gawk and be nosy Nellies. Right. And that's the thing. It's people go into, especially with Betty, they go into her chat knowing she's going to be triggered. And it's just ignore them. Or it's her mods. So I'm able to see the comments that are deleted or hidden after the live. And I wonder, now that I'm starting to understand StreamYard a little bit more, how is it that they let those comments go through knowing she's gonna get upset by it? I just feel like they're kind of in on it. Or she tells them, if it's not too bad, let the comment go through because it'll make me mad. So I'm gonna actually, so in 2 hours, I believe he was a state policeman, said 2 hours, he would have an up. So I think at this point, I literally have done nothing over spring break, and my goal today is to at least do laundry. So I will set another, he said 2 hours, that would be 1 o'clock my time. So I will set another live for 1 o'clock and I will be back then. So Tammy Lou, interestingly enough, someone, and I don't know who said this, it wasn't me, so I'm not taking credit for this observation, but someone had noticed that Betty does, and even Molly, they're doing some lives over on Kick, and the number of followers they have is a fraction of what they had. I believe they had said it was Molly had 800 viewers and maybe 1,200 subs. I can't remember exactly. Blank Screen is on both of them. Blank Screen always posts seems like you're not getting the view, like a lot of the accounts. Actually, I think it was B Tim had said it. Now that I'm thinking about it, that a lot of the accounts or the subscribers that they have are dead accounts, or in a lot of cases, haters, as they say. Yeah, I agree. I mean, yeah. I listen to Betty on the way to and from work just because she's entertaining, and like she doesn't swear. Like I don't like swearing a lot, and so if I go to a live of like vulgar language or cursing, like once in a while is fine, but if it's like really bad profanity, like just like nope, out of here. Hey Ange, welcome. All right, so I am going to stop procrastinating. I will be back around probably a little bit before 1, so just I can make sure that the stream is good and I have everything ready, and we'll see what, if any, updates they have. So for those of you who may have just come in, I am speaking on a mass casualty event at a birthday party in Dadeville, Alabama. 4 lives were lost. And at this point in the investigation, that is the only information that law enforcement is releasing. Oh, and it I believe he said it happened around 10:30. I think specifically he said 10:34 p.m. So that is the information that we know now. And again, I am not going to speculate to anything, because the important thing is that 4 families are hurting right now, and friends of those lost, and the number of injuries as well. And we don't know hey, Running Bear. We don't know the extent of the injuries. So again, it's about those who lost their lives and who are fighting for their lives. So with that, I will be back at 1 o'clock. And until then, I will see you on the flip side.